White South Africans are fleeing the country in search of a better life. And by the country, I mean America. They are fleeing America to come back to South Africa for a better life. Also, the handful of white South Africans who have been given refugee status in America have been completely abandoned by the American government. Failures in the government-funded refugee system are marring Trump's decision to welcome South Africans, this investigation found. And it's rough for these refugees, languishing in cockroach-infested apartments, walking miles to the grocery store for food, and eating just one meal a day to save money. Why would Trump's America abandon the people who they claim to have saved from the worst plight imaginable, being white in South Africa? It's because that was all nonsense, propagandized nonsense from a political establishment that is using racism to placate its voters when it has not delivered its voters better quality of life and better prosperity. But wait, Dan, I thought that being white in South Africa was so bad that they're refugees. They qualify for refugee status when Palestinians don't, and Afghans don't, and Sudanese don't, and Congolese don't. What do you mean they're going back? Because it was all a lie. Obviously, trying to convince the world that white South Africans, the beneficiaries of apartheid and colonialism before that, are hundreds of years of white economic empowerment and privilege, which has not been taken away at all in the new South Africa, that they are really the ones who've fallen on hard times. It's all a ploy from the white right, Trump and his people in America, and the white right in South Africa to try and turn being white into victimhood when it's obviously immense privilege. Trump's entire project is trying to sell to largely white Americans that the white civilization is under threat from everybody else, and that they are the only people who can stop the influx, the flood of the evil people who are not white with their evil, not white culture. And to pull off that lie, they need victims. They need at least one example in the whole world of white people under threat and suffering hardship. The problem is, it's extremely hard to find any, and then they found a handful of white people in South Africa and tried to make it seem like white South Africans are being oppressed and persecuted. They offered them refugee status to show their own voters' constituency that they're helping, that they're saving white people. Trump represents a billionaire class of people, a hyper-capitalistic model that extracts wealth, extracts labor, underpays and exploits the vast majority of people, even white people in America. And those white people have now fallen on hard times. But Trump and his people can't say, well, it's because we've capitalistically exploited you while enriching ourselves, lining our own pockets with a vast sums of money beyond any kind of imaginable wealth, while leaving you with nothing and no prospect of increased prosperity. So instead, they say, oh no, there's a racist agenda against you to destroy you and steal what little left that you have that makes your lives good. And the ultimate proof of that is the white South Africans who are coming back to South Africa, who've gone to America and discovered that life is scary, brutish, and tough, with very little reliable government support nor social safety net, have realized that actually life is better being white in South Africa than it is in America. What you just watched is part of a dossier called The Perilous Reframing of Power, created by the Heinrich Böll Foundation, Cape Town. Go to their website to check out the rest of the dossier. It's really important.